I'm not sure how Ryan Poles did it, but somehow he was able to sway away Kellen Diesch from the Dolphins to the Bears. Now, do keep in mind, I was planning on doing an Alex Leatherwood breakdown, but there's plenty of that already out there. You guys can go to my second channel. I'll pin it in the comments for you guys. But the Kellen Diesch pickup, in my opinion, was an absolute steal. Today, we're going to break down his 20 snaps from preseason and really get into it because I think this is a guy that could actually be a starter for the Bears. Maybe not day one, but you give him a couple of weeks, and I think he could be a starting right tackle. I think he fits this scheme and system perfectly. We're going to get into it with this first play. He does a great job getting out of his stance. He's quick, and I think that's the biggest thing to take away from this guy. Diesch is very explosive. He does need to work on his footwork. He needs to work on his technique, but typically that comes with reps. Not a bad pass set here. You're going to see number 44 give him some moves. He's going to give him a hezzy move. He's going to give him a long arm punch. There's the hezzy to the inside. Diesch doesn't fall for it. He's going to give him a long arm punch right there. Diesch just does a nice job sticking with him, mirroring him. Now, Diesch does overrun this a little bit towards the end. Number 44 does kind of come back. Maybe Diesch holds, who knows, but it's not called. So let's go ahead and get into the next rep. Do note that there were only 3 reps with him against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This was week 1 of preseason. He didn't play in week 2. He did come back in week 3, and we're going to really look into that week 3 tape. This is the final play against the Buccaneers. Only 3 total plays. This is a pretty nice job by him and the right guard to switch. The right guard doesn't get to his guy quick enough, as you guys can see. We're going to break this play down. Do note this is the final play, and then we are going to switch forward into the other game. But Diesch does a nice job getting set, getting vertical. And the second he realizes this defensive end is going to the inside, he's going to go ahead and just pick this defensive tackle up. He does a nice job picking his guy up. Now, number 78 here struggles and isn't able to get to the defensive end quick enough, which forces the quarterback to throw the ball quickly. You guys can see right there, it's an incomplete pass. But one of the things I loved about Diesch while he was coming out of college is his processing, is his quick thinking, is his vision. I mean, look at how quickly he turns his head to the inside. That right there is very nice. I absolutely love the fact that he's able to turn so quickly and pick up that defensive tackle on this defensive line game. That's very impressive processing by him, if you ask me. Let's go ahead and switch into the next game. Now, do note, Kellen Diesch did play left tackle this time as opposed to right tackle. I think he can probably play either position, although he may look a little bit more comfortable at right tackle. But again, we're going to break down the tape regardless. And I do think this is a really solid pickup by Ryan Poles. Check this play out. He has a simple out block on this inside zone concept. He does an okay job with at least creating a little bit of movement, really sealing his guy off. Do note the defensive end has outside containment, and Diesch is going to make contact and really just let this guy go outside. Not anything crazy, but he still does do a good job making contact, and he still does make sure this guy is sealed off. And the running back only picks up a couple of yards. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. I do not care what anyone says, man. The Miami Dolphins made a massive mistake not keeping this guy on the roster. The Bears really got themselves a steal. Check this play out. We talked about his processing a little bit against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is processing. I want you guys to think how quick you have to be to basically look at 3 different guys in one play, in one quick inside zone rep. How fast of a processor do you have to be able to do this? I mean, think about this play from a mental perspective. Diesch initially fires out and makes contact with the defensive end. After he makes that initial contact, he's going to turn his head to the inside to make sure no one's coming through this gap here, which the running back is potentially going to hit. Slow motion, you watch him really turn to the inside. He quickly realizes he's not going to go to the inside, quickly turns back around to number 46, and then gets to number 46 and pushes him outwards. This block right here by Kellen Diesch is absolutely special. And truth be told, this is the only block I need to see to know this guy's going to be a really good football player. If you're able to process the game like that, you're going to be an absolutely special football player. Let's get into this next rep here because this one's kind of interesting. I do think one of Diesch's biggest assets is his speed, is his natural movement ability, how he's able to process things and get out in space. And this play right here is a really good job for him to stick with the linebacker and run with the linebacker. Now in this play, Kellen Diesch is going to double team with Solomon Kinley on this 2-eye technique defensive tackle. From there, he's going to get up to number 30. Now, of course, there's no way he's going to reach to the inside here of number 98. Number 98 is playing that inside gap. So the tackle is going to get up to number 30, and he's going to try to seal him off. Now, do understand number 30 is super quick. He's super fast. And number 30 is going to do something which safeties or linebackers should never do, in my opinion. is he's going to run backwards to try to avoid Kellen Diesch instead of running flat. The reason why is as a linebacker, you don't want to give up ground. So as you guys watch this guy, he's going to try to avoid Diesch, and he technically does. He dips by him. Understandably, he is way faster than Diesch is, but as an offensive tackle, Diesch is probably one of the fastest and quickest linemen out there. He's going to stay with number 30. He's going to stick with him. He's not going to lose him out in space, and he's going to put him down right here. And the running back's able to cut it off of Diesch, and he picks up a number of yards. This is a solid block by Diesch to stick with his guy. Jumping forward, Diesch does a good job reaching here on this 3-technique defensive tackle. And between him and the tight end, they're going to end up putting this guy down. Pretty nice job. They do have the block, the backside block. Not a massive block, but I did want to point it out. Honestly, a lot of these blocks by him, he literally just does his job, right? Like, he just moves people. And ultimately, by him moving people, the running back's able to pick up a big chunk of yards. This is just another example of that. You know, again, as I noted, a lot of these blocks, Diesch is just doing a great job blocking. You know, they're not crushing blocks. He's not putting anyone down. But he's just getting to the level that he needs to get to. He's getting to his guy. He's processing well. He's doing a good job. And on this play right here, he does a good job moving out in space and getting up to the safety or maybe a linebacker's number 30. And again, he cuts him off and he sticks with him. Now, I don't 100% know why he chose this linebacker as opposed to this linebacker. I believe maybe there was someone that was supposed to be responsible for the other linebacker. Maybe it was number 18 here. It doesn't look like he really goes to that guy. He ends up just blocking the guy that was lined up on him. 52 goes unblocked. But the running back still picks up a nice chunk of yards. Diesch, really solid job getting up to that next level. In terms of scheme fit, I think Kellen Diesch is a great fit for the Chicago Bears. You know, one of the things I look for when I watch offensive linemen, especially in the zone concept, is their aiming points. This is a great job on an outside block. If you guys look at his right hand, he's going to get it right on the backside here of this defensive end, which is great because now he can use that as leverage to turn out this defensive end. This right here is a great spot to be in on an inside zone to your side, right? He's the front side block on this play. And of course, he stretches out, which ultimately allows the center and left guard to stretch out too, right? Because the last thing you want is for number 50 to smack Diesch and really start the wall right here, because that creates less of a lane for the running back to potentially go through. But the fact that Diesch is able to get out quickly to number 58 and start to throw him sideways and get that movement, it opens up this massive lane, right? Because the center and left guard are also going to stretch out. And then on the backside, you get two guys. The right guard does a great job with the cutoff here from 73 to number 30. And a massive lane gets created, but it really starts with the stretch that Kellen Diesch creates. The fact that he explodes out of his stance, I think he's going to be a really good fit for the Bears. Ryan Poles knows what he's doing when it comes to offensive linemen, and that's absolutely clear. It is super clear Kellen Diesch has top tier run blocking. Watch this block right here. He has an inside block on number 98, or I should say it's a down block, but he's trying to get to the inside. And watch the hands, man. If you guys watch this play right here, this play pumps me up. Diesch does a great job initially with Solomon Kinley. They're going to both double team the defensive tackle. And then watch the hands. Watch as he fights. Right now he has the left hand on the outside, the right hand to the inside. Watch the right hand slowly make its way to the outside. As you see right there, there it is to the outside. And you see the running back's able to kick it right through that gap. That's a really solid job. Now, some people will say that's a hold. It is not a hold. This is how run blocking happens. You grab those shoulder pads. You get those hands. That's where you grab, and that's where you use as leverage. This is a nice job by Kellen Diesch right here, man. This guy was ranked as one of the highest graded run blockers by Pro Football Focus, and it's clear on tape. That is his biggest asset. You know, when I watched his tape in college, this is what he was doing. And it looks like it's going to translate into the league. Of course, you know, this is backup players, but this reach block to the inside is very difficult. If you guys have recently watched my Braxton Jones, Tevin Jenkins video, you guys know I pointed out plays like this where Tevin Jenkins was reaching to the inside and sealing off. These type of things are not easy, right? I'm telling you guys right now, to be able to seal off a guy who's lined up in a 3 technique, that is not easy. And Kellen Diesch makes it look easy. I mean, look at this. He gets to the inside, fights through this guy, and turns him, and look at that lane that he just created. Like, as a tackle, for him to create this wall to really seal it off backside is really special. And I think Kellen Diesch is going to be a great fit in this scheme because this is what's expected out of the tackles. Now, will he start in place of Braxton Jones? Will he start in place of Larry Borum? What about Alex Leatherwood, right? Alex Leatherwood looks pretty good as well. In my opinion, I think Diesch is likely going to be the swing tackle for the short term, but I do think he would be a great fit to be the future right tackle. I do have a lot of confidence in Braxton Jones, although I think he needs to develop. I think Alex Leatherwood should be the development at left tackle as well, or at least some sort of competition at left tackle. I think long-term wise, Alex Leatherwood should be a left guard. I think that's going to be his best fit. Left side, left guard, left tackle is going to be his best fit. I think left guard's the long-term development for Alex Leatherwood. And I think Kellen Diesch should be developed to be a starting right tackle. I think Kellen Diesch has so much potential. Do keep in mind the Dolphins cut him because the Dolphins have some good tackles. They already have their guys, and they did want him back on the practice squad. They even offered him some money to come back, and he chose Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears. Poles understands there's an actual need, and Kellen Diesch is a fantastic option. And I'm very impressed with this pickup. The tape really impressed me as well. If this is the first time you're on this channel, please consider subscribing. We break down offensive linemen, defensive linemen. We'll do some linebackers and safeties around the league. I will do some college stuff as the season kind of comes to an end. So there's going to be so much content on this channel. Please consider subscribing, thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time with another video.